Welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. Hi. We got like a live mic over here, so I'm going to be talking close to the stove today. Welcome. I'm David Sponheim, and today is turkey pasta primavera. Yeah, very affordable and certainly something that you can make. Whoops, sorry. Certainly something you can make on the fly when you want to. Let me get my coffee. And I'd like to say happy holidays to all of you viewers. Welcome to the show. If you're watching this recorded broadcast, we're coming up on December 10th today. And it's going to be an exciting month, I can assure you. The world is wondering, will Donald Trump hold on to the White House? Yeah, considering the numbers, all the statistics are pointing to him winning. And this is the most blatant lie the Democrats have ever conducted, cheating, claiming there's no proof when there's a mountain of evidence. Simply go to hereistheevidence.com and you will see the mountain of evidence. I'm getting into the Vaughn chat room right now, and then I'm going to open up the Periscope show. This is Technology Thursday, in case you're wondering. Happy holidays. Oh, I'm sorry, the mic's over here. Well, let me bring the mic closer so you can hear me. Yeah, I'm going to go with the mic that Sarah has. This is my kitchen, David's kitchen. Isn't this wonderful? It's a lovely kitchen, isn't it? You know, I've got some fantastic equipment here. My $10 blender, my backup zero water filter. I always have a backup in case I need to filter water. Let me get to Periscope here. Oh no. Not good. Now let me try the other browser. That might open it. It is nice, yeah. And you know, I kept the Formica countertop, even though it's a little bit, you know, dated, of course. It's a 90s look, or a late 90s, because Corian came out right after Formica. And of course, a lot of people are ordering these really incredibly amazing quartz countertops, high maintenance. High maintenance. You got to keep treating the quartz, believe it or not. It's not like a guarantee. Let's see, open up the other browser here. So today we've got some amazing vegetables that go into the pasta primavera. As you know, I buy food at a discount, so sometimes it has blemishes like this one. I'll cut that off, but everything else looks good. Got some mushrooms and some zucchini and a wonderful onion. Now, pasta primavera is really came out of the 70s, early 70s. It was a California Italian dish. It was kind of like, well, we've got vegetables and we got meat, so let's do something. And that's when the pasta primavera thing became popular in the early 70s. Yeah, it was a big thing to make pasta primavera back then. The important thing is you're mixing protein with vegetables and putting it with pasta. We're going to be using angel hair pasta, which is non-GMO. If you get Barilla, they sometimes have non-GMO. Actually, there's a bunch of brands that do non-GMO now. And the turkey I picked up was normally $3.99. I got it for 30% off. So, yeah. But $2.99. That's $4, $5. And I guess I'm going to take it up to $6. I was a little off on the numbers, so let me make a correction here. Because when you add the tomato sauce, and I've got a really cheap way of making tomato sauce, you're looking at least $6. All right. Yeah, so there you go. There's the new updated total. And coffee isn't required in the meal. It was it was 50 cents actually, Trump Tartican, and it wasn't rotten. It just had a little blemish on it. And ironically, a lot of these organic products, this is organic, by the way. I buy organic rotten whenever I can. A lot of these organic products have blemishes. Because remember, you're not using pesticides, so you're going to have a little bug bite on there. All right. Now, the most functional thing in a kitchen is really your breadboard. And I always use a breadboard. So we will be cutting our onion here. And a good knife, that's essential. So we're going to cut the onion like we normally do. Cut off the bottoms. And then you can peel the bottoms right off like that. And you definitely have to have a nail or a knife if you don't have a... Oh, I'm off camera. Hang on. There we go. Somebody said they saw some strange being in the other room. Our last show, they say there's a ghost in the back. I don't know. Maybe I should light that area. I'm going to disrobe this onion here. And now it's a totally naked onion. Look at this. Butt naked. That totally naked. It has no covering, whatever. Yeah, I think it's going to require some water. So let's get some filtered water in there. You guys heard about the disaster I had this past week. They had a... You go about half full on that. We had a chlorine spill in the system, our water system. Okay, I'm going to get that on level 3, that on the back burner here. It's best to cook on the back burner when you're boiling water, so be careful all the way back here. Yeah, I'm going to put on level... Actually, I'm going to go to level 6 on that because I really want to kind of get it going. And this pan right here, I'm going to put on level 3. All right. Yeah, we had a chlorine leak. Somebody was asleep at the switch and didn't see the pump was blowing chlorine into the system, and it was 2 to 3 times toxic levels. When I got a call from a robotic message on the machine saying, "We have experienced extreme chlorine in our water," and it's ridiculous. Yeah, and then the lady doesn't want to use her real voice, so she uses the robot telephone. Anyway, I talked to her. She had to handle it. They had to neutralize the chlorine levels and then purge the lines. And we finally got clear water after 2 days, 2-3 days. No, I don't have a bread box, Moonrock. I used to have a bread box when I was a young guy. I can see how bread boxes would be good if you don't have a refrigerator or a freezer. By California standards, I do have low water pressure. I'm at the top of the hill here, so I get the worst water pressure in my area. I get about 30 pounds per square inch. And it's you get 45 in California. It's like rushing water. 30 is more than adequate, really. All right, so we're going to get that oil on the pan once it's hot, and we're going to put those onions down, cut up the green pepper and the zucchini. And I'm going to probably put the turkey down. That was almost frozen. It is still kind of frozen, yeah. So I'm going to have to cut through the package here and get the turkey out. I think I'll just put it right on the pan, Put the onions down and then put it right on the pan, and then I'll steam it. But I'm going to probably cover one side with a little bit of Italian seasoning, organic. All right, I'll talk a little lower. I don't want to spike the audio here. Yeah. What is that? Cool. Yeah. Okay, so technology today, we're going to be talking about censorship, pandemic, 5G. Right. We'll go live, and 1, 2. Going live. Okay, we are going live, and this is the broadcast over at Periscope if you want to watch it. Yeah. Okay, so technology today, we're going to be talking about censorship. Okay. I'll just put that reduce screen. Whoops. I guess that's not what I wanted to send you. Sorry. Apparently it didn't copy. Okay, there you go. And thanks for watching us at the ATP show now. Many of you have converted already after we were targeted by Misanthropy after he was kicked out of the show for being, I guess, Mark's tool. Mark's tool, that's what he turned out to be. I knew there was something weird about him when he said that he wanted to make money from Mark. And he was kind of upset he wasn't making money from Mark like everyone else. It's like, wait a second, not only do you not support our show, but you want to make money trying to censor me too? Wow. So we got the show taken down for no reason. It didn't qualify as a Digital Millennium Copyright Act violation. No. And what's really interesting is it came in on a Saturday and the FCC's closed on a Saturday. So how could it have ever been a legitimate? Okay, you don't have to have a big chop, like a 1/4 inch is okay. The thing about pasta Primavera is the vegetables don't overcook, and they're kind of al dente, and they're kind of big. It's like chewy and big, you know. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put that. Here I am talking with my hands like Bill Gates. I better stop doing that. If anyone talks 40% or more with their hands, it's a sign of lying. Okay, so we're going to heat that up. I save so much on oil when I use this atomizer. These things are great. All right. And we'll throw the onions in there in the batch. I like to scoop the onions with the cleaver. That's why I like this cleaver so much. It's real easy to transport vegetables. Yeah, I think I'm going to give this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this at level 3. Actually, no, I'm going to take it up to level 6 just to get it started. Because I literally have a little frozen turkey to deal with here. It's almost thawed. It's just, you know, it'll thaw in the pan right now. So what I'm going to do is cover it with, get it started with a little bit of onion powder, or rather Italian seasoning. And let's see if I can take this slab of turkey over here and, there it is. There it is. You want to fall off there, okay. One-handed, by the way. Garlic the side that's facing down, and then let it just kind of sit there. And then do the same with the other side, just kind of garlic powder a little bit. And then put a little Italian seasoning on the other side. And I'd say a little, probably about a half a teaspoon total. Okay, I'm going to get that started right now by just kind of like grilling the onions and letting the steam of the onions go up into the turkey to melt it down. All right, let's get the handy dandy paper towel. All right, it's important to have a paper towel. Don't use a washcloth when cooking. Yeah, whatever you do, don't touch a washcloth or a sponge. These things are contamination zones right here. See that? That's like, I touched it. That's like a contamination zone. Well, it could be fresh out of the washer. It's still, you don't know. They collect. Turkey is a good thing to get. It's a low-cost protein. I highly recommend it. Beef is just astronomical. I went to the store, and even in the past due section, I mean, I'm buying certain items that I spot the lowest cost that I could find, and the decent cut of meat. And I'm telling you, I'm going to the past due section, right? And I'm seeing $25 on the meat, reduced 30%. 25 down 30% to what? Yeah, $17.50. Yes, I can't wait. So you end up getting this piece of meat about this big for $17.50. It's like, wow, okay. You might as well chop up the pepper, and I'm just going to cut that section off of the pepper right there. But as you can see, I mean, it's practically edible all the way up into that area. It was just an insect that lived there and found a home. I mean, bless him. Bless the insect. Okay. You know, I almost feel like making this show, call it Cooking as If Your Life Depended on It, you know? Because it does. It literally does. Hash browns. You know, I could, if you want to, you know, I really like bacon fat. And one of my favorite things to cook with is bacon fat. So hash browns and bacon fat are ideal. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. I just happen to have some bacon right here. And I can put it on this little plate. I got this bacon like for next to nothing. It was like $1.50 for the whole package. So you'd have good marbling too. But yeah, you know, a little bacon fat in this dinner would be really kind of good. So what I do is I put it on a plate and take a knife like this and just shave off pieces of it. This will cook down into the meal, so it's not a big deal. And you can kind of put the bacon fat. Now, of course, if you are Muslim or Jewish, this is a terrible tragedy right here, what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. In fact, you can say a prayer against it if you want. But I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to put it in there. This is strictly for flavoring. That's why Meow TV sent me that bacon flavored thing that was out there. So I'm just going to put that in the pan around the outside. Let me bring it up a little bit. There we go. Whoa. Nice. The steam is already making the turkey just like start to melt down. So what I'm going to do is rinse my fingers of bacon fat. And hey, you know, I'm not even broadcasting on D Live. I'm sorry, guys. I've been really bereft of my duties. Maybe I have a problem getting into that show. No, we're good. Okay, and that's good too. And I'm not gonna do a broadcast on Bitwave because we were attacked on Bitwave the other day. No egg right now, Tom. Stop with the eggs, please. Yeah, thanks. You know Sarah has an aversion to eggs, so. Okay, so nice big cuts here. It's got a little blemish in there. I'll just shave that off. By the way, don't do as I do, do as I say. Never cut into your hand like I just did. You have to be extremely skilled to work with a knife like I do, and I don't recommend taking your eyes off of it. I never do. All right. We're going to go with fairly big chunks of mushrooms, not like small cuts. So you actually see the mushroom in the dish. Somebody will get a mushroom out of the 8 people you'll be serving. All right. And then we might as well, since we're here, we might as well do the zucchini. It's going to all cook together. And of course, I washed this off, so it's no big deal. I'm still off camera. Wow. Thank you. All right, that's getting really good. There's no water in here, mind you, just other than the onions. I'm going to break the turkey apart. Let's get closer and more intimate to it. All right, here we go. Okay, go long ways because it cuts long ways this way. See what I'm doing? All right. Okay, I'm going to give that a little bit more seasoning. And of course, I'm going to use my berbere sauce, Ethiopian berbere sauce. That's got a little cayenne. It's really kind of amazing stuff. I'm just going to give it a little dust. If you have chili powder, try that. I'm going to put a little cumin in there. The idea is to season the top side of the turkey. So I don't have a problem using a little Patty LaBelle number 3 too. So we're going to go ahead and do that. That's kind of a secret to this dish. Okay, about a half a teaspoon of hot sauce. Yeah, heck, you can throw the kitchen sink in there if you want. I'm going to get some Himalayan salt for the water that's boiling over here. So I'm going to take a pinch of salt and put it in there. Good. That'll flavor the water a little bit. And what I like to do is actually put a little bit of Italian seasoning in the water. But I'm going to put basil. I'm going to try basil. I've got some basil here I'm going to use. Okay. Yeah. And that's just to give the pasta a little flavor as it's cooking. All right. Thank you for coming in, everybody. I've got my handy dandy antiseptic spray, so the entire meal is COVID fresh. Now, as a chef, I would never touch my face. I would never touch my face and then touch the food, like Dr. Fauci did. Okay, we are bisecting the zucchini now. All right, we're good. I only had one casualty. I'll rinse that off. Here we go. Okay, we got a boil going over here. It's fantastic. I'm going to turn the turkey. And what I'm going to do is oh, that's a lot of steam. I'm going to crisscross it now. See, like this? That presses the seasoning into it. Nice. Okay, and kind of mix it all together. All right. You got a good thing going there. And then take your breadboard and put all your vegetables on top. First the zucchini, then the green peppers, then the mushrooms at the very top. Okay, cover it up. I'd like to give it a little bit of Italian seasoning on top too, just to kind of go with that. So you're probably up to about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning at this point. Now this is a trick that I use to all right. We got a good boil going over here. I'm going to go ahead and add the pasta to the water. So I've got the pasta here. Take the top off. Remember, you want to work with the back of a burner. You don't want to have water in the front. That's very dangerous. All right, always boil in the back. All right, so grab it like this. Grab the whole thing. Get your hand around it like that. And then open it up over the water and then break it right into the water. And then turn it, spin your hands as you go. This is the tried and true method to make pasta. And also give it a stir immediately. You want to break it up, and it's angel hair, so it's going to be really cooked fairly fast. Now you can wait till the back end of this dinner to make the pasta, but because I'm on a time crunch, I'm going to make the pasta ahead of time. And you want to keep it at level 6. Now, angel hair is my favorite pasta, so thank you. It's going to take about 8 minutes max. Oh, max. 99? Get me my shoe phone. Oh, max. I'm going to open this thing up. I got this organic tomato base the last time I went to Costco because I'm no longer a member. Okay, now give that pasta a spin again. Otherwise, it'll stick to the bottom. Give it a spin. Keep the top off. Unless, of course, you're cooking in an outdoor environment where you're at high elevations, then you got to cook with a cover. Okay. All right, so we're going to take this here and keep that just cooking at level 6. It's basically steaming the vegetables, and the turkey's going up into it. It's a steam fry. Yummy. That's good. Good lycopene. Okay. I'll take a nice clean knife and pull this out into the Pyrex. It could be any container, doesn't matter. Pyrex or I prefer glass, but your choice. Okay. Take a little hot water there. I just pulled it from the pasta water. That breaks it up very fast. Yeah, it was clean water going in, but I'm going to put extra filtered water in this container, though. That was filtered water. I'm going to put triple filtered water in here. So we'll go ahead and add the water. About that much water. So you're making your own sauce this way. This will rehydrate almost 2 to 1, maybe 3 to 1 water if you really want a loose sauce, but I'm going to go with a little thicker this time. Now I picked up these diced tomatoes for $1. So you can find a non-organic for $1. It's available. Look around. Yeah, the dollar store has containers like this of various things. You get stewed tomatoes, you can get tomato sauce, already pre-mixed. You don't need the diced tomatoes in this dish. It's not required, but that's good rest exercise, yeah. Nice. Okay, then take your tomatoes, and when you get this whole thing going, and you can see the steam coming out of it right now, give it a stir now. Check it. At this point, you could put a little more chili powder on there if you want. That's an option. Okay, I'm going to give the pasta a stir. Wow, that's cooking fast. It's ahead of schedule. Good. Yeah, so a little bit of chili powder might be good at the top. But you don't want to make it too hot. Remember, chili powder is super hot sometimes. So you want that spice, though. And you want to get those things almost to the point where they're done, but they're not quite done before you put your tomatoes on. Okay, I think we're done. We can turn that burner off over there. Let's I'm going to go ahead and strain the plastic. Well, this show has taken some hits. I used to have a big bowl like this when I first started the show, and I lost it in one of my encounters with the stove. So you don't want to put a bowl like that on the stove. So I'm going to put it right here. This dinner is going to break into two different categories, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and strain the pasta. It seems to be done at 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and strain that over here. And what I do is I run some cold water down the drain. Beautiful. We put it right in there, and then that pasta is ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put some oil on the pasta. So spray some oil on the pasta here. And give it a spin inside of the container so it doesn't stick. That should be good. That's perfect. I'm going to set that back here. All right. Give this tomato sauce some more mixing here. In fact, I'm going to add a little garlic powder to the tomato sauce. And we'll give that a little mix too. See, that's organic too. That's, you can't get better than that. It's kind of a thick sauce. It'll be good with the light puree that I have here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lift the top because I think my vegetables are done. They are. They're done enough. Perfect. Okay, and smother it with the tomato sauce. Okay. We'll spread it around. And we'll pour the rest of the tomato sauce on it. As a thickening agent. All right. And this is cooking so well, I'm going to leave it at level 6 and I'm going to keep the cover off of it. Because it literally will boil over otherwise. Yeah, they could use a little bit more water, so if you have a need, go ahead and add water. Depending on how thick you want the sauce. I kind of want a thick sauce. And it's a lot lower salt than the standard, there you go. That's a thick sauce. Okay, that's going to be a top burner. I'm gonna literally stovetop cook that. You can look at it. Okay, so we're almost done. We just have to cook that, simmer it for about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. No, I'm not going to add an egg. I told you, there's no egg in this dish, man. What is your problem? There's no crappy shed, man. I've got a guest house for her. It's kind of a guest house, I guess you'd call it. Yeah. You can call it whatever you want. I mean, you can call it a shed if you want. I mean, I think she likes it. She told me she really likes it out there, so I'm happy for her. That's good. Good tomatoes. Good lycopene. Yeah, I'm happy for her. I'm glad that she's found some independence. And she really wanted that. When I first met her, she didn't have independence. And it was a big part of her life, So apparently today I'm going to be cooking two separate preps. We'll have this bowl right here. This bowl and then this bowl to fit it all. Because I'm using the other bowl. I have a rice dish in the other bowl, the blue one. No, I mean, she's got climate controlled 75% or 75 degree temperatures. It's really nice where she lives. Trying to get the last drop of that stuff out of there. That's how Joe Biden's hand shakes normally. Seriously, if you look at Joe Biden, he's got palsy. It's like, seriously. Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden loves the children. Yeah. He really likes children. He likes to have them sit on his lap. Yep, you've got a real pervert for a president. Or he thinks he's president. He's really not president yet. But you want to make sure there's no sticking going on, so you want to move it a little bit. But because you're cooking at a high temperature, you really don't care. Now, normally I would put sliced garlic in this, but because, you don't have the luxury of garlic all the time, I'll put a little more powder in here. It'll add to the taste enhancement. Well, I've got garlic. I've got fresh garlic. I could easily put that in, but in the interest of time and management, I don't think we should do that. No, eggs are really kind of a disaster zone for you. Number one, if you think I could fit an egg in here, seriously, I don't think so. No, you're out of your mind, man. And you don't understand what it's like to live with a woman who hates the sight of eggs. Of course, I'm not living with her, but I do make her meals in hermetically sealed containers, which are completely COVID safe. Look at this terrible waste of, look at this. This is crazy. Look at this crap. The styrofoam. Look at that. What am I going to do with that? Make insulation out of it? I mean, what the hell? You're telling me we can't convert to some sort of a cardboard alternative? Come on. The Democrats are insane. They haven't dealt with plastic waste at all, and they don't even talk about it. Instead, they want to stick you with a needle, with plastic waste in the needle. I'll tell you, don't you just love the sight of that? Just look at it. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, it's so nice. Yes, you can add pepper if you want. You can add a lot of things. I'm going to add a little more cumin. They say cumin is really good for your brain. I don't know. I can't really verify. My brain is so powerful as it is, I can barely imagine it any better than it already is. I have one of the greatest brains on earth. Thank God. Otherwise, we wouldn't even know what to do right now. Our world would be a mess if you didn't have the logic that I give you every night. Okay, let's give this a little bit of stir. It's a roaring tomato sauce. And as you stir, you're breaking up the turkey and you're keeping the vegetables intact for the most part. That's nice. Beautiful. Now you can get this dish to actually simmer for a good an hour if you want. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to turn it off right now and let it sit in its own heat. If I cover it, it'll just boil right over. So there's a trick I use whenever I have a big thing. I'll just put a plate on top of it. Then it won't boil over. Yeah, so I'm just letting it cook in its own heat right now until everything calms down. Once you hear that boil go to a simmer, you can probably parse it off among the other items. I'm going to do a little cleanup if you don't mind, guys. I'm grabbing my compost heap. I keep it down below, so down here. That's my compost heap. It's the best way to do it. It's Rubbermaid, so it's got a seal. You don't smell the compost. And of course, you have to wash your hand afterwards. And then use your handy dandy wet nap. Wow, it's taking a hit. Okay, let's do the due diligence right now, I think. It's ready to go. Okay, we're getting a boil over. All right, here we go. These are always great. If you get a chance to get one of these at the dollar store, get one of these. Great for grabbing pasta. Okay, so I'm gonna move the breadboard. Wipe it off a little bit. Yeah, never cut meat on a breadboard. Never do that. It's very bad for you. Thank you. You have COVID again? Oh no. Well, you enjoy the cooking show. Well, that's good. You know, I'm hearing from people that Tabasco is a natural remedy for COVID. Yeah, I'm hearing that, you know, they actually put on their food, it helps open up their pores. I'm just hearing that. I can't tell you that's a remedy, but I can tell you some people are saying it's a natural remedy because you can't taste anything if you have COVID. So it kind of opens up your mucus brain. You know, also, you should get tonic water. You really should. And zinc. And vitamin C. Tonic water has quinine in it, which is similar to hydroxychloroquine, because what it does is it opens up the cells to receiving more nutrition so they can rebuild quicker. Because you're fighting a kind of a time thing. You're beating the disease by building up your immunity. Okay, we're going to put a half and half in here. Normally I'd put it all in one, right? Okay. All right. I want to get it all out of there if I can. But I'm not going to be able to, so I'll get that later. Okay, here comes the next stage. You want to go ahead and pour right into the containers. Let me get a better perspective here. There we go. Pour in there with the pasta primavera sauce. Give it a little shuffle like that. Kind of work it in a little bit. Then top it off. I'm going to go to this one and do the same thing. All right. Give it a little spin. And then top it off. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, look at this. You could feed a wrecking crew with this. This is amazing. All right. Get in there. Got a little water on this, on the pan. Now, if you're really poor, you can make that like a gazpacho soup. You know, you can serve gazpacho soup as an appetizer. Whatever. And don't forget your amazing Parmesan cheese. So, yeah, don't worry about the top it off. Don't worry about the cellulose. That's it's wood fiber. Don't worry about that. It's all good for you. Wow, isn't that amazing? Look at that meal. All that food for $6. Isn't it amazing? It slices, it dices, it makes mounds and mounds of coleslaw. All right, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I will be back again from David's Kitchen. Signing off, thank you, and have a good one. I'll be in the other room in 2 minutes. Take care. I'm Mr. Wright. Be well.